Hey Skyfarers, and welcome to Aethercast, the Kharadron Overlords channel and podcast. Well, today we're a little bit late, but we're here. And we're talking about new units, new stuff for KO, actual kits that are not foot heroes. Although one of them is a hero and has feet, but he also has balls that make him fly. But yes, new stuff, actual units with multiple models.
Let me just make sure it was not my fault.
Oh, you are really loud now.
Oh, right. Wow.
I'm going to turn you down. There you go.
So after using 5 different devices, 2 different headsets, we figured out the problem is on Lee's end.
Yeah, the problem was my headphones and I couldn't hear him. But we're here. We can hear each other now, and hopefully all you lovely people watching can hear us.
Yes, please let us know if you can hear us.
Yes. We've got a few people in the chat. Luis, Zachary Youssef, Leon Blank, who was giving technical help, telling us to turn it off and on again, and Cola Ronaldo. Hello to everyone, and to anyone else that's not said hi in the chat, say hi. Talking about new stuff. So, how excited are you, Max?
I am actually quite excited. Yeah, I didn't expect that many new kits. I was expecting the obligatory the infantry dwarf hero, so that's cool, and it seems pretty soonish.
Yeah.
So within the next month, 2 months.
Yeah, because IDNF just got their,
Yeah, they got the pre-order tonight announced, and I think their first reveal was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. So yeah, 1.5. So with the pre-order and delivery 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, two months is when we'll have everything in hand. I already ordered everything. So
do you feel like generally this is earlier than you were expecting as well?
Yes, I was planning, since we saw this roadmap with a few armies ahead of us, I was expecting it to be more October, November.
Yeah.
Well, let's not jinx it. Maybe some logistical difficulties, and we'll get everything for Christmas.
Yeah. Cool. So let's look at some of this new stuff then. We have got, first of all, a Null Khemist, otherwise known as a Big Daddy, because he does look a bit like the Big Daddy from Bioshock.
Yeah. How long ago was that game?
Oh, a long time ago. But it's like, that's a classic game. So
where's his little old sister?
Oh, there's plenty of room in the base to model one.
Yeah.
With just a big syringe. So what do you think of this guy?
A few things. I mean, the suit is classic chemist suit with those kind of folded in between parts.
Hexagonal sort of.
Which are very cool to paint and highlight because they're very easy. And then, I mean, he stole Brock's Endrin, mounted a chemist gun up on front, on the top.
Yeah.
And then he has some kind of syringe, pistol, sprayer. I don't know.
Well,
water hose thing. I like the visor, those kind of deep diver Jacques Cousteau vibes with the whole face blacked out by this visor. That's very cool. I mean, it's a KO suit. He's just dangling by his speedos tied up a bit, but it's cool. I'm not sure about his grabby, clampy thing, bones, because they're like going backwards. So his arm is like trailing behind him. He's doing the Naruto run with one arm. Not sure, but
I guess
you can model some crazy weapon, axe, saw, whatever you find from your bits box. The backpack is typical chemist KO stuff.
Yeah, the backpack
is going on.
Very similar to a normal Chemist one.
Yes.
I think the normal Chemist even has, this bit at the bottom. But
And we have his name.
Yeah.
Patrick.
That's a good point. Yeah, he does. Jude's coming.
Yeah, it's very similar to the.
Yeah, he doesn't have like the. Oh no, he even does. He even has the bit coming up here.
Y.
Yeah. So it's like pretty much a normal Chemist backpack, but with
It's a normal Chemist backpack because
with a different
it
bit
is
on top.
His is a bit different, but he's the special character.
Yeah.
And then the gun, the front is just what he has on his balloon on the top.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Mhm.
Cool. It's not the balloon hero we expected. I thought we were get a Sky Warden named.
Yeah, if we got a balloon hero, you would expect it to be a Sky Warden one. But
that's cool. It's a mobile chemist.
Mm-hmm.
And what is he standing on? Is that like an anchor or what's that? It looks very easily to break off.
Yeah. They all have like these weird sort of things. They got basically the weird thing is they got rid of flight stands, so they've listened to the fact that flight stands don't work very well. But then it does mean that
flight stands won't work. The balloon flight stands, although they occasionally break off, most of the 14 walls I have keep holding.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the one that they did on
I might give him one. It's a bit
the one of the Endrin Master dirigible suit was actually really good, like the way because it actually slotted inside something, whereas this one is
it's slotted inside his booster thing.
The normal
I mean Brock, I put Brock on a similar position to this guy, so I drove through his foot and pinned him on a gold chest. Might do something similar with him. I'm not sure about this facing last time, but cool.
Yeah.
He looks quite tall for that.
Yeah, he is quite tall.
It puts him up quite high.
And his balloon is not quite the same as it's obviously not the same as Brock's. It's quite a bit smaller, but the side mounts, these bits are basically the same as Brock's.
Yes,
and then the other balloon bits are like it feels like
is the balloon smaller than Brock's?
Yeah, definitely. Brock's balloon.
Yeah,
Brock's balloon is pretty big.
It is much bigger than the side things. His is probably the size of the engine. What's his name?
Yeah, maybe bigger than a normal Endrin Mega or Sky Warden.
No, the
dirigible one.
Dirigible. What's his name?
Yeah. I just called him the dirigible dude.
What's his
the Endrin Master dirigible suit.
Sorry, Endrin. I think his is about the size of that middle one.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah. So, I mean, they gave us some hints to rules for this guy as well. That he sort of nullifies magic and stuff.
Cool.
So
he's so good that he forgot to fully paint him. The dial.
I'll just paint a little bit of red in there now, shall I? There we go. But I'm guessing that's all because it's coming out of here. Like he's just releasing.
And then his maybe also his beard thing.
Part. Yeah, he's just releasing a smog all the time. And then his humor
breathing, because he has the normal ones they have up here next to their mouth. He has those two, but then on his beard he has, because his beard extends all the way down to these golden bits,
which also have air intakes on them.
Yeah, so cool.
But the normal chemist has a fancy beard like that as well. So,
which was the normal one? This one, yeah.
Without the extra dangly.
But he has like all fancy goggles. This one as well. Yeah, a bit cool. Let's see what they do. Some aura effect.
Yeah.
Anti-magic. 4+ ignore. Can't be targeted by spells. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool. More,
and then a fumigator weapon of some sort, and maybe you can do something cool.
Or he like if your opponent successfully casts a spell, you make him reroll 1d6.
That could be cool.
Because they go into these kind of things now with the new Gairan Sekar. She makes you reroll 1 dice on the charge roll. I think the new Drycha does something similar. She just subtracts D3 from it. Maybe they like this kind of game interference now, rather than just having here's the 4+ ignore. Because we have that with the engine work.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Really cool.
Cool.
Would it make him a must-take if you had something like that? A strong anti-magic or anti-manifestation?
It's hard to tell because obviously the whole book's changing. So, if there is like a thing you can take on a boat that has a whole anti-magic thing like we got with the Scourge of Gairan, then that's on a bigger base and stuff, so maybe not. But it depends what else he's doing, because obviously the normal chemist has an offensive buff as well. So if he is giving out something like +1 rend as well,
or something like you cannot set up manifestations within 12 or something. Yeah.
So if he's doing some cool stuff, then maybe. But
or all the other heroes the 3+ banish round manifestation.
Yeah.
Kind of Pontifex rule. Yeah. Cool.
It depends what all the other heroes end up doing. Because they're all subject to change.
I pre-ordered one. It looks cool. Different. They're going a bit different route now with the design, but it's still KO. At least he is. He's still very KO.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Cool. Right, moving on then. So we've got some nice thematic pictures of these guys, and let's just sort of move on from that. We might circle back to that picture again, because that's kind of, the picture's like a mixture of 2 different units to show them off, like the new balloon people.
Yes.
But don't fly as much. So we've got the first ones are Vongrim Salvagers, who I have dubbed faster naughts. That's what they are. They are Arcanauts, but faster is my guess. But they're cool. I like them. And we got headless guys. Not headless, helmetless guys. they're not like nearly headless Nick. They have heads. They just don't have helmets.
Yes. So a few things. These obviously are the same kit as the Vongrim, whatever they're called, the other ones.
Harpoon Crew.
Harpoon dudes. They're a unit of 5, so that's interesting for the whole, if transportation stays the same with the boats. Because now you have another 5-man unit other than the Thunderers. They're different. If they get good or strong rules, I like them. I'm a bit undecided. What I do not like is they have these 5 poses, and if you then play 2 units of 10, it will just keep repeating itself. This is something they've done recently a lot with. I just built and painted 21 Morbic Knights, and they have 3 poses. So it's just now I'm doing 18 small pack Cavaliers, the 2 kits on a wolf, and it's the same thing. It's always 3 wolves repeating themselves. It's a bit mostly how good you can swap arms here and heads and so on. But you can definitely get your bits box out, put helmet heads on these if you don't like them for some reason. I'm not too keen on the ones with, they don't have a helmet, but they have this kind of Kharadron. Astronaut.
Yeah, I'm not so keen on that.
Cap.
Like weird hat thing, basically.
Not my style. And also
with the sunglasses
beard,
as well.
The beard and the captain here is a bit weird. So, how it's styled. But I got plenty of Fire Slayer heads and stuff flying around. They look a little bit more like pirates. That's very cool. I like there is more skin to paint. So the arms, bare arms and bare faces. They already introduced this with what's his name, Codright. He was one of the first, other than Dreki and Bookman, I think, also didn't have a helmet.
Yeah, doing it with arms is diverging a bit more for KO, isn't it? Like showing off some.
It's an interesting take. Like how do you want to diversify these units? It's always guys in a suit with a balloon, without a balloon, but the armor looks more or less the same. So it's a cool take on these don't have sleeves. It sets them apart. You can spot them. You can paint the skin brighter or darker, and gives you another option for contrast. On the basing for some of these, you can put them on rocks. Others they have these. I don't know what that is, a spear or a tube.
Yeah, those ones are a bit weird, like
because they have the white smoke in there as well.
And it's just kind of like, is that? It doesn't really make much sense. Like, I guess they're meant to be flying past a spear. That's like, but then this one, I don't even know what it is. What is it?
It seems to be kind of a broken distillery thing.
Yeah. So
it's just wreckage.
Yeah. So
the second from the left, he's that pieces from a frigate.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Ancestor faces. Top of the frigate.
That one, when I first saw it, I was almost like, is that actually in the kit, or have they just used it on a base? I thought, no, that must be in the kit, or else they wouldn't do it.
And the other one is standing on a kind of. It's not the captain. What is that? Is that like a piece of a boat? A platform?
It's some sort of like.
And I think the background for these, they're salvagers, so not Salvagers, as Lee wrote.
Oh, yeah, there's a typo.
Salvagers. There's a lot of saliva ongoing.
That's why they're faster. They're all lubed up.
You can just pin them, base them as you like. Put some helmets on them, put different weapons. I'm not too keen on the hook on the captain. I know it's very thematic, but just seems practical.
It's cool to get like some options like that, though.
Give us some, but you can put like 5 axes, 5 swords, hammers, whatever. These hands with the gloves, they're pretty much interchangeable with Arcanauts, I would say.
Yeah, because even though that the arms are like bare skin, you could cut them off where the gloves are.
Cut them directly after the glove.
Yeah.
So green stuff.
Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the heads online as well, and I'm presuming there's going to be quite a few options. Because obviously there's
I hope
these guys.
We know there's
and then the other one.
Minimum.
At least, yeah.
So hopefully maybe we get 12, 13.
Yeah,
they often give you the option to not build the captain. Build him as a normal guy, so that's another head in there usually. And you'll have an Enrigger, Skywarden.
If you want them helmeted, it's going to be easy.
Yes,
but if you want to do a whole unit,
try the what they're called 40k dwarves. Votan.
Yeah,
I think there's a few kits without helmets, or go Fire Slayers.
Yeah,
but they all look the same.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there is enough heads to like do them without helmets, without repeating heads a lot. Because I feel like if you're repeating heads with helmets, it's kind of feels a bit more fair game because they're helmets. They're like these mass-produced things, whereas faces should feel different. And I know you could paint the hair different colors and stuff, but
you can always put in, 5 with helmets, 5 without.
Yeah,
so you can distinguish the 2 units. It gives you a few options there.
Yeah.
Pistols. It looks like GW drills out their barrels.
Yeah.
And I like the guy on the right with the
knife and
knife between the teeth. Looks very safe to jump around with a knife between your teeth. It's cool.
Rules wise, what are you thinking with these guys?
They must be moving faster than Arcanauts.
Yeah, like 6 or 8 or something.
5. I'd say 8. So not as fast as Endrin because they have like the boost and the wing. These just have the buoyancy balloon.
Yeah.
Although they seem to be doing some kind of parkour.
Yeah.
From their poses. Looks, I'd say 8.
Yeah.
8 inches.
Between
6 and 8. I think 8.
Yeah.
Because
As long
6
as
is too small.
Yeah, as long as there's no sort of nothing random like
No.
4 plus 1d6
random
or
is just
something.
destruction and
Yeah.
chaos is random stuff.
10
shooting with the pistols.
Yeah.
2 attacks each with the swords. Maybe
there's a comment in the chat about them having 3 HP each.
No.
I don't think that's happening. Not with bare skin showing. I know they've got big chest plates, but they're basically less armored than.
What size bases are they on? 32 or 28?
They're 32s, so because you can tell by the size of the models compared to the base. So they're on 32s.
Is it, or is it 28.5? Because I like doing those as well now. Like the new, I think the new Baron Guard, so the Grave Guard kit, the new one, they have like this.
I mean, if you look at this one compared to like if you drew a straight line down from his feet, it's quite a bit wider than the model. So I think they're on 32s.
32 is for dwarves is usually 2 wounds.
So I think there'll be 2 wounds. I don't think they're going to be a tanky unit.
No, I'd even say 5 up save.
Potentially. I'd like them to be a 4 up, but yeah, because they've got bare skin showing.
Yeah. They're more of a. They probably hit on freeze and wound on freeze, but and maybe 3 attacks each if they charge. Maybe they get strike first. Something.
Yeah.
Like they can be good, go in, strike, but then.
Yeah, I'm of the 2 units, I'm a little bit worried about these ones in terms of what their profile is going to be, because if it's got to be a significant amount better than normal Arcanauts, but they have just got Arcanaut weapons. Because you've got half the number of models.
Unless they be faster and 1 attack more.
Yeah, they need to attack more.
Arcanauts are going to be sitting on objective. They might get a rule for more control score. I think that they already have that with the Admiral.
Yeah.
Something in the new book. So we're talking about, or they're set in the new book. And these might be your fast objective grabbers, first turn, doing the scout missions kind of guys. 100.
Yeah, they can't be so good that they become the melee guys instead of Sky Wardens and Endrinriggers. So
no, I think they're just going to be, you're going to play 2 or 3 units of 5, be your screen, move forward, do objectives, tactics, whatever, jump around.
I do wonder if they have something like if KO stuff dies near them, they can salvage stuff from them.
I think that's too complicated. They'll have
they get
once per turn army, so 1 unit. If they charge this turn, they get strike first. So at least they can kill a screen and they'll die. These ones, at least, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe the other ones have more different.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
it's another infantry unit other than Thunders and Arcanauts. So that's what we wanted.
I think the fact they're in 5s is promising, because that's the big problem I think with Arcanauts is they're in 10s. So
which is not a bad thing to be in 10s.
No, but it's just with the ships, and then it means like you can put a reinforced unit in a frigate or something, and
yes, that is true. Yeah, the Arcanauts are just a screen, and they're too slow to do anything else than sit on your home objective.
Yep.
These could be quick enough that they can run ahead of your boat and still screen it next turn.
Yeah, I want to put out before we move on as well the drill bill.
Is it the same from the Thunderers? It looks very similar.
That one looks very similar, but when we move on in a second, I believe this one is different.
Yeah, it's a para.
This one. That one has got a different beak and
a
lot of different things. So
cool. I think the body's the same. It's probably the beak, the head.
Yeah, the head's different. Probably.
Very cool.
So these are the Vongrim Harpoon Crew. I'm dubbing Floor Wardens.
So same backpack, just differently painted. They attached a rope.
Yeah.
to their thingies. They all have it except the one guy with the Thunderer rifle. I'm not sure.
Yeah, with the rifle. Yeah.
Troop. He's a bit odd because you have. Well, they have. I wonder if they have something to like reel in, like the old Endrin riggers had.
Yeah.
Where you can just zip line over. These guys look like they have rend. Their shooting attack will be launching their harpoons at 12 inches.
Hopefully, who knows?
Yeah, it's cool. They all have like a melee weapon, an axe or something, and then the harpoons, like the captain. That's the rumor engine trident that we saw.
Yeah, he's cool. A nice cool beard and a pipe.
Yeah, I don't like painting smoke. Like I don't like model smoke or ghosts, stuff like that, because it's a bit hard to paint. I think it doesn't look realistic. But again, if you find different heads, just snip it off. And I'm not sure about the guy on the far right. Is that his mustache? Is he wearing a face mask or what?
So it's funny because there's been a lot of talk about heads on different platforms, and they're all missing the dodginess of the hair, the facial hair on these guys. What is going on with them?
I mean, the white one, I think he's wearing a cap, which closes beneath his chin. So that's why you have
look at his eyebrow is a triangle. His left eye, like, oh,
it
yeah,
is
so
big, yes.
I know that
they modeled a nose ring, the lady in the middle.
Yeah, that's cool.
She looks cool. I might keep her.
So, like, she's got probably one of the best heads out of all 10 heads that we've seen.
No, the captain here is
one of the, like, if you're going to rate the heads, she's going to be in like the top 3, I reckon, easily.
I mean, not to do on the right.
Right. So, yeah, I like the spears. They look a bit beefier than Skypikes as well. They're starting to snap because they do snap.
do they? Oh, mine.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple that I need to try and glue back together.
Usually the flat snap. Yeah, no, cool. They look easy enough to paint also. I mean, your skin, your cloth, you got all your straps, as usual, and then some metal and some bronze. Or however you paint yours.
I think rules-wise, the thing that worries me about these guys is they have one random rifle guy, which is like.
I hope he's optional. Like one in 5 can bring a rifle with 2 shots, 3s and 4s, 1 damage, which is completely useless, and you'll never take it. It's just a waste of time rolling that profile. Because
they don't look like they're going to be a shooting unit, so they look like they will have a shooting attack, but
it's going to be a waste of time rolling these guys.
Like it's
you're going to roll it 4. So with a champion, you're going to roll 5 harpoon attacks and then 2 rifle attacks. For what?
Yeah.
Harpoon Crew, I think that the lore text was something about monsters, or maybe they can. Do they get the old, what's his name, Dark Knight rule, where he could tie down a monster or wheel it towards them?
Maybe we'll see.
Could be.
Yeah, it's either that or they might get to like use their shooting spear attack on the charge or something. You know.
What I really hope, is that these two they're gonna have each a distinctive look. That's it. That's all they get. One. I hope they both have a place. Not have that old situation. I'll just play in their riggers because Sky ones were just more expensive and did less.
Yeah.
Now they both have a point somewhere with the retreat and doing models. These guys, I hope the ones are these ones give fight last, and these ones are anti-monster, and you can take one.
Yeah, it's just occurred to me that like this guy could be a bit like how in the Ender Riggers and the Sky Wardens they show guys with the big guns, and so he might be optional.
I hope he's optional because it's a bit of a waste. If he's not optional, I'm gonna give him an Ether cannon. The arms are the same. The thunders. Let's get an Ether cannon from that kid. Just make him look big and menacing.
Yeah. And I guess it's going to be another option as well for the captain, so he doesn't have, so if you do take a unit of 10.
Yes.
But, cool.
Maybe just a same pose, minus the parrot, different helmet, and a normal spear instead of the trident.
Yeah, just a normal spear.
It's going to be the same pose with the rope thing.
Yeah.
That's a bit annoying with him because the rope then in front of him is part of the basing. So you need to base him on a very similar rock or position.
Yeah.
Or you just cut the rope and just have him destroy them with the rope.
Yeah. Yeah, that will make it a bit of a pain.
But cool. No, I mean, 2 units we didn't expect.
Yeah.
It's something good rules. They look very dynamic.
Yeah. I like these ones more.
Standing with a rifle. Yeah.
More than the other ones. So
I prefer the heads of the other ones, but I like the kit of these ones.
Yeah. Yeah, heads also easy. So
yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Cool. Let's move on then and look at the terrain. So here it is. Couple of pictures of this. So it's it's basically a little Endrin Dock with 3 sort of manifestation-y type things, whatever they are.
Yeah, 3 drones who I believe would attach to these 3 orbs that we see on this. I wonder if you could assemble them attached to the thing.
Maybe.
So it's just a platform with.
It looks like they hang here, and they would.
Yeah, they hang there, and then they slot into. If you go back to the other picture, they would hang above these ropes, nets.
Yeah, so if you didn't have the rope in there,
and attached to the backside somewhere. So it's a platform with 3 different hindrance. One, let's start with the one in the bottom right. Again, we have the
sorry, went the wrong way.
The one in the frontier. It's the Khemist gun, and it's leaking some fumes. Not sure about the white smoke everywhere. I hope there's some options to don't use that. It's gonna be hard on the ship.
Yeah, so I like it here where it's replacing the fly stand, and I like
that's the one I don't like.
Okay, I like it here. I don't like it there, like just randomly. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's some kind of a chemist bomb thing, smoke bomb. Again, anti-manifestation, anti-magic, anti-something.
Yeah, this is like a null stone thing, I think.
Yeah, I was wondering what that thing is. Because the top part looks like the back of the... Where is he? Not you. So if you look at the top, this one. This part.
Oh, I see, yeah.
What's on top of that part. So it's also kind of...
like a
distillery thing, but then it goes down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 openings. Like kind of bright, like teeth. I don't know. So what are they spraying or shooting at? What are they collecting? We don't know. And then the other one is just a
big bomb.
It looks like the sky mines.
Yeah,
but inverted.
Yeah,
that you put on that you can put on your balloons, but you don't because they break off.
Yeah, and they are. It's much bigger as well.
Yeah, it's big. Do also some of the bombs on the ships look like this? I think one of those have this like kind of trigger, mine trigger head.
Not on the Ironclad, at least. Maybe on the Gunhull or something.
I think. So that one's a bomb. That's doing.
Yeah.
3 model ones and a 2+. Let's be honest. So I'm unsure how it works because it's a terrain piece. The lore text says someone could man it, so a hero can go inside.
Yeah.
I hope there's enough place on that balcony to place him, to place the model, to show he's inside. And then these 3 things are like manifestations, or can you charge them? Can they charge?
Just units.
Are they part of the terrain? So can they be charged?
Yeah, and if someone charges them and they get hurt, does the terrain also get hurt, or is it like, are they separate war scrolls?
Yeah, it's gonna be FAQs incoming.
Well, unless it's easy, unless they fall out.
Unless it's here's 3 units, 3 separate units. They move independently. They move 10 inches. They cannot charge, but if they can move into combat ranges, and then they do end of turn. They do something.
Yeah. My only thinking on this is it's a shame that the terrain piece doesn't have like a big balloon on top of it. Like just sitting up here like a big.
It would have looked like a weird sky vessel. I think they wanted to put it apart from sky vessels. I mean, it's a drop pod.
Yeah.
Thingy. I wonder how big it is. The base looks like 80 millimeter, 100.
Yeah, it's not the big old massive pie plate, is it? But these look bigger than 32. These are probably 40s. So
40.
Yeah, 80.
They're not 50. They're 40. 80 or 100. Which, but I like that it has a base.
Yeah.
Because usually terrain doesn't have a base. So does it move? Moving garrison terrain? We've been there. Having a base, actually, now that we mention it, is a terrain with a base. Interesting.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be.
Maybe they did it because it's moving and they can just for measurement. Because I know the Shrine Luminor of Lumineth, it moves.
Yeah.
But it's awkward because models can go underneath it because there's a gap. But then if someone goes inside, they're within range. Like, how does that work? Where do I stop?
Yeah.
The whole nonsense. Interesting. It'll be interesting how that works. I think it's their take on, you don't have manifestations, so you get a terrain that does more than
you get
turning in the core.
Is it INF that have something sort of similar as well?
I don't know if now have a manifestation, I believe, that has these tendrils that can move around. Tentacles. But I think they're still part of the manifestation. So you summon a manifestation, and then it comes with these 2 arms that can need to stay within a certain distance of the main thing, but they can attack units and make them violin or something. So maybe these, because they have these little orbs from the navigator on top.
Yeah.
They probably, so they are remote controlled, so I guess. So they can move independently, but they need to be within 24 inches, 18 inches, I don't know, of the terrain. So the terrain actually needs to move forwards to stay in range. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're all going to buy one. Because it's not going to point. It's going to be a free unit for your army.
Yeah, do you think it will be free? Because they are moving to some of these things costing points.
Because not the terrain.
Do you reckon it will start off free, and then eventually, if it is good, it will end up costing points?
Maybe. If it's too good, either they change the rules or they make it 20 points or 30 points.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I do like having these little 10 points, 20 points things and lists, because if you end up with 1940, but now I can take this trait. 1960, you feel less bad.
Yeah.
With KO, it was always, I'm over 10 points, I need to cut a 100-point unit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gives a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. We'll see what it does and cool. Before we move on, let's sort of check in with the chat because there's been a lot of stuff. So Jay Daffy asked ages ago about there being rumors for Dreckie Flint and his crew. Whether we potentially KO getting more stuff.
I have not heard any rumors. I've read the book recently on my vacation.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the book.
So because there's more than one, so the newest
the
one.
the Ghost of Barakminos.
Yeah.
I just got around. I can only read books on vacation.
I know that feeling.
But I have not.
I mean, obviously, we already have Dreckie.
Anything we have Dreckie. What gives me hope is that we have Kato when he got a book, and now he got a new book, and we got Kato with his two friends.
Yeah.
Of whom one is not really his friend, but I'll not spoil because I read that book as well on my vacation. But still, they have a unit. So maybe the book Dreckie will get. I don't think they'll put a unit. It's too niche. The over and everything.
It would be cool.
But I think Dreckie will be included in the book.
Yeah, if we did finally get a Dreckie unit, it'd be cool, and it wouldn't necessarily have to come out when the book does. It could come out whenever.
But then
if he gets another new novel.
Yeah, but that's always stupid. Then you get a book, and 2 weeks later, here's a new, or 2 months later, here's something that's not in your book that you just paid money for.
Yeah.
Just talking about books. Did you notice that today for the IDK announcement, there's no limited edition cover, but there's a gamer's edition small book, which is soft cover, like on pocket size. So that's interesting.
Yeah,
this is the first time they did this, to my knowledge. Probably because
I've never seen that before.
No one bought the limited editions anymore because they just want the code nowadays. I used to buy limited editions, but then I also moved to buy the FOMO box, which gives you a different cover.
Yeah,
it's special. But it's a small set. Would you buy the big one or the small one if they do that for KO?
The small one said it came with the War Scroll cards, didn't it?
Which are useless after 2 weeks because it'll change.
I don't know. They change minor things. Like I still use the War Scroll cards for my KO. Because the trouble is we've now had so many versions of lots of KO units that I second guess myself now when it comes to like things like Arcanauts. I'm like, okay, well, I'm fairly sure it does this, but I want to just quickly I will quickly just double check the War Scroll just because. Yeah. I know you can have things on your phone, but sometimes it's just easier just to have like all the cards laid out in front of you and just be like, okay, yeah, there we go. Just especially when you just do it, and then you go, oh yeah, it is exactly what I thought I remembered. But I
bought the cards for the Gits and for Soulblight. I like the new design. They're much smaller than they used to be, and they're two-sided instead of the open.
Yeah.
Cool. What annoys me with these things is, as always, there's the first FAQ, and okay, half of these are useless because now they're not correct, or the rules different, or they change the ability. Well, I'd probably not spend the money on because I'm not going to carry the book anyway with me. I'm a person who do all of the stuff on the app. I just want the code, and for at home to look at pictures, I'll probably buy the normal book. But it's a shame they don't do these special covers, because I have all of my books are limited edition covers. Yeah. Shame. Maybe they do, and I don't think they will do a box for KO. Do you think they will do a box?
I don't know.
They would have announced it, right?
Probably.
They don't get these new kits.
Well, we are getting a new box. We haven't talked about it yet, but there's a new box. There's a new Spearhead or whatever it is
Yes, true.
So that is the new box. They're not going to do like a FOMO box, so that would have been announced.
Yeah, they would have announced that. Oh, here's new kits you can only get.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go quickly put some other stuff in the chat. Osric says he's going to cover up the fart with cotton balls.
Yes, that is your design to cover up. That's clever.
If you're already doing it with the boats, why not? I reckon I'll just leave it and paint it. Cool. Goblin reckons the teeth one is anti-magic. Yeah, I think that's Null Stone tech in it. The poorly principal wants to know Kron and Matt gave up from KO from disappointment. And well, no, technically today is Monday for Kron.
Monday morning.
and Matt was meant to be on the show and then couldn't at the last minute. So yeah, but they will be back on at some point. And also ask if it's terrain or a spell. Well, yeah, it's terrain.
Is it terrain with
maybe terrain with bits? Maybe they have rules similar to manifestations or just.
But I'm pretty sure once they're gone or killed, they don't go.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. So let's move on and look at the art for the new book. So that's the the new kit, the harpoon unit and a drill bill, being followed by what looks like it's a frigate.
Looks like a frigate, and they are kind of flying around.
Yeah, it's weird because
jumping.
I mean,
leaping.
They have got balloons. The only difference is they don't have rudders, isn't it? So maybe they do fly, and they will. Do you
think they can't hover? They just
maybe they will have the fly keyword, and they just don't look as flying as Balloon Boys because they don't have the flight stands and the rudders.
That'd be wild if they don't have fly.
I mean, it would be pretty wild if they have a 12-inch move.
They will. I'd say maximum 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably. Do you think we'll get a Salvagers Vongrim formation?
Possibly, actually. Vongrim, yeah, like it's a whole new guild, so we might get a formation. That'd be cool.
I think it's going to be a army for now.
Yeah, it could be.
You have to
an army of renown where you have those guys and
just those.
Well, yeah, you have those and a gun hauler because they don't have to be like they're like because the gun hauler army of renown is always the problem that the units. There's nothing to transport units.
Yeah, but these are not Grunstock. These are.
Yeah, but what I mean is it won't be a Grunstock one. It'll just come with some gun haulers or something. You can have gun haulers. I don't know.
Yeah.
The problem always was that then if you had an army where you could only have gun haulers, you can't transport people. But then we're getting this box set as well, which is like an amalgamation of various different box sets we've had in the past. Or
like is this like the first bang? What was it called? Start collecting.
Yeah, the start collecting.
The balloons, the gun holder. We had the Ender Master on foot.
Yeah.
Didn't they have thunderers as well?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, this is the start collecting.
Basically, that just with the upgrade for the balloon dude.
Yeah, I bet he was also in a box set at one point before as well, wasn't he? Because he was in like the Aether.
He was in the Aether Wars.
Yeah,
the only place you could get him, and then 1.5 years later, they released all these single heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I've seen there's a question from Louis about Spearhead. I have no idea about Spearhead. I've never played that game. I heard good things about it. Is it good or bad? I think it's always good to move faster than your opponents in that game. But since things come in waves, I don't know how this works with 4 units. Who knows?
I would imagine it. I don't know if it means Thunderous get rewritten. I don't know if this will be completely replacing the old box set or there'll be an overlap. Probably replacing from GW.
GW, yes, but your local store will have.
Yeah, your local store depending where you go, you might be able to find it like 3 years time. Because sometimes you do find old boxes in random places.
I've recently been to a shop in Italy. It still had Ether Wars.
Yeah,
I was about to buy it just for nostalgia, but I don't need more or anything. But yeah, this box, good times. I bought a lot of balloons from these boxes. 15 euros for free.
Yeah, I guess the thing is do you want any more gun haulers and balloon boys and thunderers? And
Unless I'm
probably not for
10
a lot of people.
of Iran army is really good, then maybe, but I have 3. I think that's enough.
My advice to anyone would be, if you're thinking of starting KO, is go and get the current box set with the frigate in it now before it's gone, because that's a great deal on a frigate, and frigates are good. And by
if this is something you'd recommend for people to start KO with, get 2 of these boxes. Gives you 10 thunders, 6 balloons, 2 gun haulers.
Yeah, it's fine. I would, like I said, I'd try and get the current box set first, because if it is around in shops and it comes with a frigate is far more useful. I mean, it depends on price. Obviously, always comes down to price a little bit. But getting some thunderers and some balloon boys, you could, if you get 2 of these, you can make one of them an Endrin Master and then use a chemist to make, or like Kit Bash the other hero into a Null Khemist, the new Null Khemist, can't you?
Yes, because I don't think you'll ever want to Endrin Masters with the original.
No, probably not.
The most I've ever played is 1.
I got 2 because I Kit Bashed 1 just for the fun of it, but never used to.
I seldomly played the 1.5. Only in the beginning of the what was it, 2020 book.
Yeah, I mean, he's never really got a huge amount of use, I don't think. It was some...
No, gun hunters do have used balloons. Of course, it's the same kit, Sky Ones and Ervigus too. You can never have enough, unless you're me and you have enough. But that's a nice thing with this release. It's okay. I'll have 2 troops, a hero, and a terrain piece to paint. It is something to get me excited about. If it was just a hero, it's like, okay, I'll buy the gold, right? If he's not good, he'll, as he did, won't be paying for 2 years.
Yeah, it's cool. I was actually thinking the other day, I might have to buy some more balloon boys so I can have more Sky Wardens. What with all the point straps, when I've been trying like double frigate lists, and now I'm thinking I'll just wait and see what the war scores and these guys are like and paint these guys first, because I can make do. I can make do with mixing Endrin Riggers and Sky Wardens and that way.
Yeah, the thing is, I've just got so many special weapon balloons, which is annoying because I have all the ones. I never magnetized them, except the Skyhook and Grapnel. I just magnetized the tip because it. But all those and then the volley gun. At one point, those were good. At the other point, the other ones were good. So I have like 5 of each. Now it's 1 profile or 2. I'm not sure. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, I like the chemist. Which one is your favorite kit of these? The new ones?
Out of the 3 new kits. Well, there's about 4 if you do the terrain.
Yeah, I'm just training.
Probably the harpoon thing. The harpoon guys. I want to make one point actually about the terrain piece, which is these 3 things are like, for me, very similar to the way I Kit Bash my Warp Lightning Vortex. Like, not exactly the same, but so if they're on the same side base, I'm just like, I'll just use that.
This is what we were looking for when everyone started buying Ether Wings back in the day.
Yeah,
where no one wanted the long strikes. You just wanted the birds from the box.
Yeah,
they were super hard to get, and people were starting Kit Bash balloons or little Endrins, and this was the kit that people wanted actually.
Yeah,
it's a few years too late.
Yeah, even these wings are actually surprisingly. like quite long on them, and that they are quite cool little flying things. But
Yeah.
the little propellers at the back, it's not that obvious because of the way they're photographed, but little propellers,
True, yeah.
little turbine there for speed.
I like the three drones.
Mm-hmm. I like the drones.
I wonder how tall the terrain is.
I don't know.
What do you reckon?
I'm very good at knocking things over on a table, like
That's the
just
thing,
speak to
that's
my
the
arm
thing.
across the table. And if
You
it's
know,
tall,
I'm playing a lot of Flash Eater, and they have the throne.
yeah.
So they have the staircase, and then there's a throne on top, which is quite high. And it's always at the back of your board, so it's in front of you. You know, the amount of times it flew that thing over, and the hero on top was just flying across the room. I hope it's not that kind of thing, because it's super annoying.
So
just keep smashing it.
Osrek reckons they do look a bit like they've been kit bashed, which I did have that feeling myself. They feel a bit kit bashed, maybe, but then
which is good, because it means that they're keeping true to the design of the ships and the steampunk. Yeah,
it kind of, but then it also kind of makes sense of like feels like KO of like taking some bits that like that's being mass produced by them or whatever, and we're like, okay, how can we make these into something? It's quite literally art imitating life. From if you know anything that's happening in wars that are happening in real life at the moment, that sort of thing is happening. But yeah, it's cool. But yeah, the actual the main body of the terrain does have that like lots of flat sections put together feeling to it. Do you know what I mean? When they like to make the use of the molds and stuff, they have okay, here's lots of like flat sections that all piece together to make something,
which is great for highlighting. So when you're painting, it's the same with the ships. The holes, they're like segmented.
Yeah.
So you can just easily on the side of your brush highlight those edges. What I'm seeing is 1,000 rivets to highlight again, which I hate. Iron. I painted 2 iron glass and just all those rivets. But it looks easy enough to paint. I mean, why not? 2 metals, then some color. Done. You can get away with dry brushing the metals here on the terrain. Painting terrain is always fun. It's a nice change from models. It's fairly quick, and I'm not sure about that smoke coming out at the bottom. I'll have to figure something out. Probably just an acrylic rod.
Yeah, just a fly stand or whatever.
Yeah. Although I must say, with the new kits recently, also with the Soulblight little houses, they're very well designed. It's for those houses. I think it's 2 sprues that make 6 different houses, because they just put the walls inside out, and they all go together, and they're interchangeable. But they look different, but it's the same piece. You just switch it over one side or the other. They're quite massive. They're quite heavy. It's a lot of plastic they get for your money, but very well designed. And I hope this is also the same. But it's easily to build and put together.
Yeah, I predict you're going to see a lot of these that are pretty much sprayed one color and dry brushed, and like not
you
that.
have sprayed lead belcher, then dry brush, dry brush it, and then start putting some colors on some parts. Why I'm going to do the same, honestly. It's a terrain piece.
Cool. But yeah, to go back to the question was, I think these guys are the coolest. But I won't use those 2 heads. I can't make up my mind about this head.
It's the color of the faces of it. It looks unhealthy.
Well, it's a helmet, isn't it? So it's
is it a helmet?
Yeah, it's a helmet. It's like a
you sure?
Female version of like a normal helmet. Like
it's a beardless helmet.
Yeah,
that's why.
And
she's got the juice. I mean, look at her arms.
Yeah. Well, because all the arms are the same, aren't they? Like they're
Yeah.
all.
It's a
But
strong one. Yeah, no. Needs a beard. Even if it's female, it needs a beard.
I mean,
I needs to get a beard.
my thing is, I don't know if this one really has it, but it does look almost elf-like in shape, like with the pointy chin.
Yeah.
And the same with this one. The ears look almost pointy.
Kind of.
Round off those ears.
Filed
Whereas
with that.
compare that to her, like she doesn't look elf-like at all.
No.
She looks badass.
I like this kit because you can. I think you can do a lot with interchanging weapons, bits, axes, hammers, harpoons, whatever.
I do always like it when you get a hand like this. It's just like, no, stop.
Yeah. So that's cool. I like this kit.
Yeah,
I prefer the chemist, although he'll get a different hat or hats. Because I don't that grabby thing. It's just.
I don't mind that. I mean,
it's too simple. Come on, what is that? It's just one grabby hand. Give him do something a bit more elaborate.
It's going for the deep sea diver type vibe, isn't it?
Yes, I understand. But then give him the trident. That'd be cool. Or an anchor.
Yeah, these little sections are a little bit odd. They almost. It feels like they should have an ancestor's head in them.
Yeah, but they already put that on the top.
I think I might paint them as like a glowy aetheric.
Aren't they supposed to be? I thought.
Well, they just seem to be painted silver, don't they?
Or bluish. Actually, I mean, I got plenty of ancestor dispossessed bits and bobs. Just
got like a little
some on top.
Vial of
she's got some. I think that's what I'm afraid of these new kits. They have too much going on, and piles and goggles and knives.
Yeah,
and
same one there.
Packs and also the lady here on the top left. She has something on her belt.
That's an ancestors thing. I don't know if it's on the.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's fine. You just paint it gold. Yeah, it's on that one as well.
It's the same race, I think. Yeah. I think it's just the arms and heads are different. No, yeah. I mean, we could go on.
Talk about them forever, but yeah.
We'll do a painting competition when you come out.
What's this one in the chat? It's too round at the top. And I think I said the opposite. It's too pointy, needs to be rounded. And Osric says you can paint them red and gold and make them like Iron Man suits.
Yeah,
you can. That could be a whole thing, a whole Iron Man army.
It's interesting if you do some like OLS. You can distinguish your unit. One's are red, one's are green, one's are blue. Just
it could be
those
like
colors on the chest, except the guy with the beard. Because you can't see it.
Yeah, because the guys the normal Arcanauts have a similar sort of patch on their shoulder pads that you could use for that, but these guys don't have it.
Squad markings on those.
Yeah, so maybe it's a place you can do squad markings or something, or just paint them different colors. So it's cool. Yeah, it gives you some options. Do some different things. We shall see. But yeah, I am pretty stoked to get some of these guys. I wouldn't be surprised if everyone gets them, builds them like this, and then these guys turn out to be better because they're cheaper. And they were like,
by the time you can order them, we should know the rules.
Yeah, or they'll make the one of them better, and everyone will build them, and then 6 months down the line, the points have changed. Goblin says they prefer the Salvagers. Treats their own. To each their own. Cool. So I think we've discussed everything, sort of just trying to guess every war and every profile. So yeah, looking forward to new stuff. Hopefully, we'll get the article telling us when it's gonna go on pre-order soon. But I think it'll probably be
I think it's
a month.
Corn before us because they had a hero and a book a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So my guess is we'll have the kids in 2 months.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm wondering about is if they're trying to get them out quickly. They do like having stuff out for the summer holidays for the kids to be with their new stuff. And
when is summer holidays in the UK?
Soon. Kids break up at the end of July, I think. So maybe. But then they're off for like 6 weeks. So there's time. Cool.
July. No, that's too recent. I'd guess too early. But it seems like they're trying to get it. Because this year we don't have a big. I mean, we have the Horus Heresy new edition this year. That's a big thing, which already came or is coming out now. But it's still a side system, so maybe they're trying to push stuff for the summer.
Yeah.
Boost the sales. So IDK, now Corner, now KO. Nightmont still getting something, I think.
Yeah.
Soonish. And then Flesh Eater after that. And then they'll move into the when is the Nova in August?
I don't know.
I think they always have a preview, so maybe they show up what will come in October.
Yeah. Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah,
exciting
cool
times. I like that we get something close to the release of the new GHP, so gives an incentive to get the KO out. New book, new rules, new models. That's cool.
Yeah. Cool. Hopefully you all like the show. Sorry we were a bit late. If you did like the show, please hit like, please subscribe for more KO content in the future, and let us know in the chat what you think of the new models. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you, Max, for joining me and for not being too annoyed at me for the fact that it was my headphones that were broken. And yeah, thanks everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.